I'm going to give you an unpopular opinion. If you ask God for something, just because you prayed in faith does not mean that you're going to get it. We take the verse, ask and you shall receive, knock and the door will be open to you, seek and you will find, God will give you all the desires of your heart. We take that to an extreme without understanding, one, the context, and two, that if we are asking things that are outside of God's will, He's most likely not going to answer it. Ultimately, because God knows what's best and what is better for us. But for example, if we take that verse where people always say that God will give you the desires of your heart, let's take the context of it. Let's read the first half. Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. So what does it mean to delight yourself in the Lord? So what I've realized and what I've seen in my own life is that delighting yourself in the Lord, meaning your literal desires, whether it be your future career, what your heart simply wants, what you may think to be material things or not. As you grow in your relationship with God and mature, you start to desire the things that God desires for you. So God wants us to come before Him and ask for things. He's obviously a father. He wants to give good gifts to His children. We know that the word says that. But He wants us to ask for things that are also in alignment with His word and His will. And those are things that we know for sure God will respond and answer to. Because a person who delights themselves in the Lord will not ask for an evil thing, will not ask for a sinful thing, will not ask for something that would not please God. So one thing we can take away from this, if we've had the idea or mindset that, God, I'm just really going to beg for this one thing because I really want it, without even considering if it's in alignment with God's will or not, let's take a step back. Let's ask ourselves, am I someone who is delighting in the Lord? Am I someone who has known and sat with God enough to where I know my Father's heart? So where when I ask for something, I can be confident that He will answer because I know what my Father wants for me. I'm not saying that we need to be timid in our prayers and not ask God for our dreams to come to pass, whatever that is. But if we have sat with God, if we have delighted in Him, our desires will change to the point that our dreams and our desires are pure and holy because our heart is, because we know what our Father wants from us. And the only thing that we desire will be what our Father desires too. So my prayer for you and I is that we learn to know the Father's heart.